Hey guys, welcome back to Broke Overland. My name is Chad, and today we should probably be putting a heater in this thing. Or should we? We have a diesel water air heater that I kind of wanted to stick right there so I could run the exhaust out underneath the floor, and then that, if you can see, would line up just to the inside of that window, which if we come outside and follow that down, it's going to put us right in here. So I think if we stay far enough back towards the center of the truck, we can still have room for our toolbox, which is going to come up right here and then out to the end of the truck and down and back. And then this bumper is getting removed. Well, a chunk of it anyway. And then we'll have this little triangular piece in here to kind of hide all of our heater exhaust and stuff bits coming out right here. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Okay, so what we have to work with is a 5 kilowatt diesel water and air heater. So we're gonna stuff this thing in schmear, something like so. I need to make a platform for it, something like that, roughly that height too. Holy crap, that's actually gonna work. Okay, and we'll make some more 80-20. We'll just make a little 80-20 platform for this thing to sit on. Then we can wrap the ever-living crap out of the exhaust with insulation so we don't melt anything going through the floor. Well, before we do anything, let's get this thing on the bench, get it all wired up, put some diesel in it, and let's test this thing to make sure it works, because, you know, bench test before pudding installed. Okay, we got the heater itself in the vise. We've got our fuel pump going into our awesome fueling system, you know, fuel filter, of course. We come down to our control unit, and then we have our water pump for the water circulation in the back, and we have a 12-volt battery that's going to kind of hold things up. So let's fire this thing up and give it a try. And we have our exhaust at least pointing towards the open door. Let's give this guy a go. Power's on, that's a plus. The screen doesn't come on. Whoa, okay. Squeeze it and the screen comes on. Okay, well, we'll give Steve a call and see if we can get a different heater unit or control unit. Should still work though. Oh, I did something. If you squeeze it, it works. Go ahead and pull this apart. Okay. Hear this thing going. Well, we got smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Works. Seems to be working. Can't tell if that's lifted off the board or if it's definitely not. Because something in the board itself. Yeah, it's in the board itself. Because if you twist the board, then it works. Yeah, all right. Well, we can make this work. Cool. All right, powered down. Come on, you fucking piece of shit. There we go. Yeah, looks like it lines up just fine. Boop, boop. This will be our heat shield. So we got a 1-inch pipe going in there. And we have this 2-inch pipe on the outside, and then the inside will be wrapped with insulation. Okay, well, we got this thing been running full tilt for 45 minutes now. 150 degrees, 149 degrees of water temperature. And we'll come over and test our heat sink. So 127 degrees. So that's 127. All right, that's gonna work just fine. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna burn into the truck. So our aluminum heat sink solution is gonna work. Our heat shield idea is gonna work going through the truck. Boy, that thing's loud. Got to put a muffler on that thing. Okay, well, we can bask in the glory of my crappy welds together. So I welded the one tube on the underside, and then this tube I couldn't get all the way around, so I just welded it on the top side. It's okay. We'll and it'll be good. Well, we got our strips of header tape. One of the ways I found to cut this stuff is you put it in the vise and then you blowtorch the end until it melts, and it kind of seals it a little bit. Keeps it from fraying long enough to get it into the point you're going to actually use it. Unfortunately, we're having to wrap it underneath and then push it up from outside, but as you can see, we are experiencing, more of the Pacific Northwest liquid sunshine. So this is kind of a slow going process. Okay, we got our heater in and got some stainless steel zip ties that we are going to wrap our, of course you can't see, stand by. As we're pushing that header up, we'll wrap it with stainless steel zip ties and then push it all the way up to the top. All right, this is probably not going to work because there is no room to reach in here. I'm actually using the camera and my flashlight on my phone. There we go. Cool. All right, so now we can pull this guy up a little bit more. Put another one on. Okay. All right, so now we can pull this guy up all the way. Just get out of the way. There. Shove it back in like that. Oh yeah, there we go. That's gonna hold it nicely. Cool. Cool. Now I can just shove some more up through the bottom. Okay, this is probably going to be one of the either brilliant or dumb things that I've done. So we have these 1/2-inch male pipe threads that come out for the engine water coolant, and I cannot, for the life of me, find a 1/2-inch thread to 5/8 barb fitting anywhere in frickin' Seattle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my PEX expander, and I'm going to open this pipe up, jam it on there, and then crank down a frickin' whatchamacallit, hose clamp. Thank you. Yarb. Oh, it's frickin' gonna go. I'll be dipped. Can't believe that fit. And my hose clamp doesn't go all the way over. Son of a... Bigger hose clamps. So instead of mounting this back here, where it's going to be a pain in the ass to fill, we have this 80/20 track. I'm just going to mount it right like that. Let's start over with washers. Yep. Just put that there. Oh, you pesky drunken reprobate. That'll work. Perfect. Now we can just trim this, plug that in. Bam. Boom salad. Okay, let's cut that guy. Jam this 3/4 inch freaking hose barb fitting in here, because the 1/2 inch barb fitting was tiny on the inside, and the ones that came with it were horrendous. They're just terrible. Boom. Okay. Pull this guy out to do him. Yes, I know it's a PEX expander, but it works. Oh, crap. Help if I would have put a freaking... Oh, no. What did I do with them? Here they are. Dang it. Alrighty. Boop. Zoop. And... yeah, there we go. Okay, so we ran out of battery. But here's what I'm thinking. So this is the pull line to the pump. The pump is going to be right there, so it's going to be sucking through. So I figure any bubbles should find their way up that T-fitting. There's not a whole lot of flow, so that they should find their way up that T-fitting into the reservoir, and then the reservoir should fill that. If that doesn't work, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just drill into this guy, just drill a hole, and then I'll weld in another, because I made that fitting there, and I'll just weld in another fitting, and then just run the line from here into the box, and then pull from there out to the pump, and then I'll just have to replace that little one chunk of heater hose to the pump. Oh, and I am going to get a automotive style relief fluid, pressure relief top lid for that thing, and then I'll run it down and put it out, because there's our through hole for our dump for our water tank, or pressure relief for our water heater, and our dump line for our water tanks that goes outside. So now we got to tie up into your main primary pickup tube, and then your auxiliary pickup tube. This one goes down to where the tank would be at a quarter tank, and it will take a 3/16 barb to 1/4 inch male pipe thread. Okay. Oh, and I double checked that is actually got a dip tube in it, because the tank is almost full. So I just stuck a hose on there, blew on it, and I could hear it bubbling inside, so I think we're good. So we're going to use some 3/16 stainless steel brake line as our fuel line. So we're going to give that a shot. I just need to straighten it out. And look, I bought this straightener. Let's see how this works. Never used one of these before. And it shows. I can't get it to... You know how this... Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh, that's very good at making the blood come out of the end of your thumb, too. Will be dipped. Huh. That works pretty darn good. Oh my god, that is really hard to do when you're in this little tiny space. Do not crimp, you bastard. Okay, we are losing the light. I've got the fuel pump just laying right there. It's actually got a mount that's up there that I will zip tie it up there so it sits at a 45-degree angle. I just had it down while I was tinkering with it. You can see our fuel line runs the length and has our electrical running along with it. Comes back, goes up. You can hear hear it's running. Yeah, I got a little heat coming off a little bit of, can't really tell. There's a little puff of smoke, but yeah, let's go inside and take a look. Can finally retire our little heater. We got our carbon dioxide and smoke detector. Oh, it shut off. Why'd it shut off? Now we gotta find out why it shut off. Stand by. Oh, it is working. Never mind, it was just doing something. Don't know what it was doing. Holy shnikes. It is blowing full tilt right now. So, that's our system right there. Going down to our water pump, we've encapsulated all our water lines, going back over to our calcifier, because those things get hot. Okay, so now it's at level 3. Oh, good to know. And we'll turn on our water pump. There we go. Water pump turned on. Can't really hear it, but it is definitely on. The overflow tank actually works pretty well. It was a little bit of a pain to get all the air out of this system, just because the way that the hose is just going to a T, and it's expecting the bubbles to go slowly enough across there that it freaking bubbles up to here. And I've left the cap loose until I get the pressure relief cap, so that way it doesn't blow one of my fittings off. And I still need to zip tie all these so that they're a little bit stronger structurally, and then we can put our floor back in. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. Let's turn some lights on, shall we? Alright, well there you go. We have a heater, and now we have hot water without actually running the electrical, which is nice. So if you like this episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below. I'll link David McLuckie's channel where I saw this diesel air heater. I'll link Steve's information if you want to buy one from Steve, if you want to get it in the United States. Otherwise, you can get it off Alibaba. I can link that too. But appreciate you guys sticking around this long and waiting forever to get a heater. Next will be an air conditioner. Might actually get an air conditioner before it gets hot. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Okay. There we go. So I had this whole magnet thing that I was going to do where I'd have like metal plates and recessed magnets and all this stuff in order to hold the cushions in place and in order to hold the seat backs up. But what I ended up doing instead is just bending a piece of metal, welding wire, and then, so now I have a hole I can drill. I drilled through so I can open this up. Oh, that's loud. And then I took this seat, just drilled through all of it, so I can just hook that in there and leave it like that. Done. Now I just need to put a little tether to that, hold it on there, and then that way when I want to take it out, push it up, and it comes back down. Easy. So in today's episodes, Chad's being a dumbass and over-engineering stuff. That's a solution. Okay, we're recording this time? Awesome. Here we go.